What do you think about the TikToks that are like, this 2-bedroom in the East Village for $1,500 a month, and it's like the
I have a
nicest
personal
thing
story. I was personally victimized.
Yeah, what is
that?
Is that a scam? Like, are they just scammers?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, everybody, welcome back to another episode of In the Slot. I'm Moobie.
I'm Smelly.
And I'm Ray.
Heck yeah. Holy shit over there. And today we are welcomed by two very special guests, two beautiful women that helped me get this beautiful apartment, two baddies in the real estate world. Welcome, Amanda and Lexi.
Hello.
Yay.
And I just want to say again, this is the best feeling ever being in this apartment right now. We don't really get to see the apartment after you're all moved in, and it's beautiful. Yes, and we're so proud of ourselves and you for decorating.
Literally. We literally had this like plan. We were like, knew they wanted to come in the slot, yada yada. And then I was like, wait, let's do it in the apartment that you literally helped me get, which thank you guys so much. Because I've had the best like 4 months here so far.
It's actually so beautiful.
Yeah, it is very
such a good location.
It's like I built it.
It's like I built it from the ground up, but I didn't. No, I didn't. But you know, got you the best deal in the building.
Yeah. Guys, you guys are amazing and have been doing real estate for how long now as a team?
As a team, almost 2 years. I've been doing this for about 3.5, going on to 4.
And I'm about 2.5 years in. Amanda and I are almost at our 2-year mark.
Yeah,
together.
almost at our 2-year mark. So yeah,
so fun.
Yeah.
What made you guys start in real estate? Like, what was your? I actually always thought I'd be a good real estate agent. No big deal.
I could see that.
How did you get into it? What drove you to the industry and being a part?
Do you
of
want to go first?
Company?
Yeah. So I graduated college and I knew I wanted to move out to New York City. So I was kind of in between a bunch of random jobs while figuring out what I wanted to do. And I loved the city so much that I was like, why don't I make a career out of getting people into the city and being able to experience everything I am? So like nothing is more special than being able to put people, literally place them out here.
Yeah.
And like give them their start.
That's so awesome.
My story is obviously, I feel like a COVID story. I feel like that's where most stories come out of nowadays. So like, I discovered myself in COVID.
Started knitting during COVID.
But my parents were in Florida in a rental home looking to buy something during COVID. I obviously got COVID like right off the bat, got the antibodies test. I was rapid fire filled with antibodies. Yeah. So my parents are like, you need to go see these houses for us. And we don't really know what realtors to connect with here. So in Florida, I basically found them their home that they ended up purchasing. Wow. And I would take videos of the places and then I would help them negotiate it. And I was like, this is really, really cool. And then when I was trying to figure out how to move into the city, I obviously got screwed over by a broker because those stories really do exist. And then I decided I didn't want anyone else to go through this and got my license and
hell yeah. Here I am. Now we're on in the slot.
And here I am. Yeah. So
awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
How did can I ask how your broker screwed you?
Oh yeah. It was just a note. So usually I always say the proper thing to do with like broker fee pricing is if you are working on behalf of someone and there's no other, this is before the FAIR Act, when there was no other agent on the other side, that person should be collecting either half of that 15% or 1 month of rent, or basically not the total cost because they're not doing both sides of a deal. You're either a tenant agent or you're a landlord agent. And they basically charged us for no fee building 15% of the annual rent. And they kind of locked us in and made us feel like we had to pay for it, even though we were asking for a reduction. And
did you fight it at all, or were you like, what?
We were so nervous. Like we were just moving into the city. Like I didn't even have a job yet. So I was like, I don't know what to do.
And I feel like
I'm
when you
to
move
my
in,
parents,
everything feels like it's almost like being rushed.
Yeah, and
like it almost feels like it's like everything's gonna be taken. Like you have to get in.
Yeah. And like, so I thought this apartment was going to be taken, and thank God I had parents that were kind of helping me out. My friend had her parents that were kind of helping us out because we haven't even started our jobs yet. And yeah, so we got screwed over and I was like, I'm not going to do this to anyone ever. Yeah. And I think like that's kind of like started the whole like rental pivot for me to begin with. And that's why like rentals just kind of have like stuck with our business and everything. And we're kind of known for it now.
I love that.
Yeah.
I feel like it's so sneaky, or a lot of people are like, not that brokers get a bad look, but there's like sometimes people are like, oh, I don't need a broker, I don't use this, but like literally using a broker made my experience so much easier. So like, how would you say that you help people like as a broker through the renting experience?
I say like no matter what you're doing real estate wise, buying, selling, renting, landlord, use someone that's an industry professional, just like anything else. Like when you do, I always give the description of when you do your nails, you cut your cuticles, you make it look like shit, you do all of these things. So like use a professional if it's going to help you, and like make it stress-free and make sure that everything's just kind of sorted out for you. Lexi could definitely get into like the process of like how we work to benefit, you know, every client through their search situation for rentals. But use us because it just makes your life easier. And it's a big decision you're making on your first or second or third home. This is where you're living every single day. So use someone that's going to take care of you, fight for you, make sure that it's the right decision for you. And it's a good price. Literally fight for you.
Also,
And
it's a lot of money too. It's not like it's like some like it's nail salons, like a perfect example of that, but it's not like it's your nails. And
It's a huge decision that you
Yeah.
have to, you know, actually put in. Like, it's emotionally draining, and to have a realtor be not only a friend and have all the insider information you need, but also like a therapist. Like, it's really like the whole package of being able to know all the things you would never even think of.
Yeah. Like I was texting you more than like, I don't know, my family during
We
the
were
time.
literally-
we're your
What about this?
therapist.
What
We're
about that?
everything.
Like, you listen,
We're everything.
You did such a good job of like calling too and not over texting, like, let's talk this through and what do you think? And like also not settling until I was like, wait, I'm obsessed with this one, which is so important. So my question is also like, what's your role as like a team? Like what's the difference between Lexi and I guess you, Amanda? And, like,
I
what you
would
guys
say,
do?
so it's the Amanda Baum team. So I'm the lead agent, but I don't really work as like the essence of like Lexi's my junior. We really work like in a partnership, like a lot of, especially rentals now, because I've, you know, doing this for a little bit, have now more pivoted into a lot of sales. So I really need help on the rental end. And Lexi just knows what the F she's doing with the
We're
rentals.
just like,
she
we're
gets
really
it
the
done.
ultimate dream team. Amanda's a freight train, and some things that like I'm not comfortable doing, she's like, so, you know, like that's her second nature.
We just bounce off of each other
It's
for everything.
really like the perfect match, and when it comes down to it, it's like two's better than one.
Yeah.
So it's like
I
to
would
be
say,
able to have both of us.
I would
through
also
literally
say
everything.
you do a lot of the scheduling and the showing now, especially because she's downtown and I'm uptown. We used to both be downtown. So it's really nice now that we can kind of take on any type of client and be there instantly. Because if she has a client and they're looking uptown, she could text me and say, can you go for me? If I have someone downtown, I text Lexi and I'm like, do all the showings for it there. So again, if there's a random open house at a random time, she's there, I'm there. And like I do a lot more, I would say, of like the negotiating when it comes down to it. And just because I've been doing it a little bit longer than Lexi, I just know like a few more things that I can like
buzzwords that you can kind of
that I
hit
can
'em
just
with.
like kind of like explain a little bit. But Lexi like is right behind me and like is so good at what she does. And we're kind
no
of just,
matter
like,
how long you've been in the business, it's like you always have questions. There's always new things that arise, especially with the Fair Act that just came out. So it's like to be able to lean on one another. Like, I'm not sure what to say or what to do. Like, what are you thinking is like the best next step?
Transparency.
Yeah,
and stuff.
even for me, I just got my lease renewal and I'm like Lexi,
Like,
what
can you
should
look
I
over
like
this?
offer? I need like a second opinion. Like you need to like talk it out with someone.
Oh, reassurance. I love a little reassurance. Wait, so what? Okay. So I like really did not participate at all in finding my apartment that like I currently live in.
I love that for you.
I live downtown, but like I slid in, like my sister had a roommate and like they lived in the city a year longer. And I was there. I like slid in May and one of the roommates moved out. So I didn't do any
It's
of
a
the
good spot.
process.
It's a corner unit too. It's
Yeah.
like so
It's a
nice.
great spot, but I'm like all these words, I'm just like, I'm not understanding. Like, so
What
you
words?
guys like, so you
All
guys
of
are
them.
brokers and you're working for, and like the Fair Act, like where,
So the Fair Act is a law, and it basically is what it always should have been, is that when you're hiring someone, you should pay them. So what it used to be is like when I got screwed over is that basically if you were working with an agent, that landlord or that manager, whatever, can basically before the Fair Act charge you to pay for their broker and yours. But if you weren't even working with someone, you would still have to pay the full fee to them, who essentially you never even hired.
Which is nuts.
Yeah, which is nuts.
it's
It was
just
never fair.
giving any money away to just the guy because they have their name on.
Yeah. Which then obviously led to the like why when I came into the industry, I feel like not a lot of people were talking about tenant agents. And I'm like, why is no one representing these people? Like, I felt like I was talking to everyone and they never used an agent as like a rental tenant side. And I'm like, oh, or maybe it was just the
What were people
bubble
using
that
instead? Just
going
themselves.
in
on their own.
But like the thing was that you still potentially had to pay this other party. Now it's you pay for who you pay, like who you're hiring, which is fair. So that's like one buzzword to explain. That's not anything to do with like our titles. I'm essentially, and Lexi's essentially a real estate salesperson. A broker is like a level up. Everyone just uses the term broker or agent.
Like an umbrella
but yeah,
kind
but
of.
if you were to look us up, it would say licensed salesperson, Amanda Baum, Lexi Freeman.
And then you join a brokerage and they hold your license, and that's kind
They
of
physically
where
hold
it comes
it.
in. Like
Literally,
how
they
we work
no,
with corporate.
literally they
it
hold
is?
they hold a copy. It's online.
Yeah.
But like they hold your name in a bubble. Like I moved brokerages and I had to wait for like my license to be released to then have Corcoran pick it up.
Cool.
Yeah.
And you're a part of Corcoran. That's Barbara Corcoran's company.
Barbara,
which I was like,
shout
I
out
did
Barbara.
research. Literally, shout
I
out
love
Barbara.
Shark Tank.
Shank Tank Queen. Shank Tank. Oh my God. Shark Tank. Shank Tank.
I wouldn't pitch anything on there anytime
Shank
soon.
Tank.
without
Shank
Barbara.
Tank.
sounds
Hey,
like a
Mark.
whole different kind of thing.
It does.
What is
Holy
going
shit.
on Shark Tank?
But do you like the Corcoran group? Obviously, I mean, I would assume.
Just coming, and she also came from a different brokerage. I love it,
Okay.
and our managers are just everything to me. I literally like they're the best. And like you're basically working for yourself, and you're paying to be a part of a brokerage. So like you like need to like kind of. I don't know if it's the right word. Reap the benefits? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like they just give us a lot of benefits when it comes to marketing, all of that. So I love it.
Yeah.
Lexi was in another brokerage also before us that was like
Yes.
the opposite. Of
Much
Corcoran, so she can
smaller.
explain.
Like I would go to places and be like, I'm with this group, and they're like, who? So it's like so nice to have reputable brokerage to be with.
Number one
because-
brokerage in New York City for the past 10
Heck
years.
yeah.
Let's go.
Corcoran.
Yeah. So they're
That's
good.
so
No, but
cool.
it's amazing. They take amazing care of us, and everyone we work with, we love.
Yay.
Solid foundation.
Solid foundation.
Yeah. Also, it's good to be a part of a big brokerage because, like, off markets and stuff, when you have a big group and you're all kind of playing for the same team in a sense, it's literally like sports. Sometimes we're like, that person's from DE, like we'll work with them. But like if this person has the same listing 2 floors down at Corcoran, like why not like work with them? We just have the same systems. We have the same everything. So it's really great. Not anything wrong with DE. Sorry about that. But like,
Fuck you,
know.
D. You heard it here first. So what's like your biggest moment, or like what would you say your biggest moment was in your like real estate career so far? Or, like biggest negotiation, or like biggest steal or memory, or in
wanna
that
go first?
realm?
I would say it's not even like the biggest deal, but it was at the time. It was my first 5 months being in the business, and I had this family moving from Canada. They really wanted this apartment, and it was going to be like I said, one of the biggest deals I had. And it was a fight to get it done. I don't know how much I can like disclose on that, but like I went to the building. I wasn't going to take no for an answer. I sat in the office until someone would talk to me, and I ended up, getting the deal done and got the building to pay me.
Wow. Let's
So
go.
it's just like learning that like I can do it and I won't take no for an answer. So
Hell yeah.
Hell
Do you ever
and
gi-
then,
I'm like,
like,
do you ever
10
give
toes
up?
on the table.
let's go.
Like, is there any, like, have you ever given up on a deal where you're like, all right,
No,
that
because
actually
it's
won't.
like when you like start to work with someone, it's like the point of like I'm in too deep to like give up, and it's like it's on the line, like a good money, whatever. So it's at the end of the day, sometimes you have to bite your tongue because there are sometimes people that you're just like, oh my god, I cannot believe this, but it's all worth it in the end.
Yeah. And then I guess I have 2 stories. One just happened this year. I closed my first big over $2 million sale.
Let's go.
Yeah, in a new development, negotiated.
In New York City?
Yes. Like on
so
the Upper
cool.
East Side, negotiated like things I didn't even think could be negotiated, like closing costs, like things that like tax, like things that I just could not even think like I could get, and I got for my client. Like also purchasing his first home, which was like the most special feeling ever, to help like someone with their first home get such an unbelievable deal in like a penthouse unit in like a new development.
That's
so
awesome.
that was a very big one. And then I would say, actually funny enough, and I came on here and talked about it, but like Joey's deal, I got I think like over like $700 like off the rent amount, like a 2-year lease. Like he just has an incredible deal. So like shout out to Joey.
Do you have any tricks on how you negotiate that down? Like,
I would just say,
do you have a little charm?
I would say it really comes to doing this for a
She's
long
like, hey.
time. Like it's really doing this for a long time, having industry relationships. Like if someone knows you and they know like, you know your clients, so like we already have all the right paperwork. We have also a good reputation ourselves. Like they're just more inclined to like hear from us and like be open to like because also they know they'll work with us in the future too. So like agents have the incentive of like working on one deal, but they know like that listing agent or that manager that you have 20 deals potentially down the line to make money with them. So they're just way more open to showing us things that are coming soon, negotiating deals, making things happen. Cause again, like they just know that. What I would say to like people is just like, look at the numbers, look on the market. And like, again, like it really depends on the competitiveness too in the market. Like the summer market, you just know, like even as agents, you really can't negotiate price. Like it's either you're going up.
Like why is that in the summer?
Just think about this, like if 20 people are going towards one apartment and you're bidding lower than them, they're not even going to look at
supply and demand.
Yeah,
it's like
there's
only so much
supply in the summer.
Yeah.
It's just funny because I feel like
it's
summer
highest
was,
demand.
like, empty.
It's highest demand, lowest, like this summer, lowest supply.
No,
that's why it was such a
the
bad
inventory
market.
sucked. The competitiveness was
Is that every summer? Is that like a
insane.
summer thing?
Like
Because
every
I feel like
summer.
no
So
one's
it's-
moving in. I feel like people are moving in the fall.
No, it's really like, I would say the hottest time to really like rent in the city is Memorial Day. I would say till like 2 weeks after Labor Day because it's
Also internships.
So interesting. I didn't
there's people that just graduated from college starting their jobs in the summer or like early fall, so they want to get in sooner.
So you mean like it's a good time to move in at that?
It's not a good time because it's the most competitive. So you're dealing with the most amount of people around you. And if, example, this summer, super low inventory, then you're fighting with 20 other people for one place and there's not 19 other spots that really make sense. So it was definitely a really tough summer for like the rental market, and probably because of the Fair Act, because people didn't know if it was going to be good or bad. So a lot of people stayed where they are, which like I personally, if I was that time of year, I would 100% stay, even if I didn't really love it, because I just didn't know what the future was going to hold with it.
Yeah. So what are the most like popular neighborhoods you think that people move into as like 20-year-olds?
Yeah. Or like, what do you think like financially is the best? Because like I had a couple friends that are moving in and we were talking about this and we were like, we feel like I live down in Fide and I feel like I got like a good bang for my buck and like I have great my underwear showing.
Wait, I just looked down and I was like, oh my God. I had a whale tail.
Holy shit.
Is that even behind me?
No one's behind you, and there's no mirror either. You're good. You're
Okay,
good.
sorry. I
That
just
was
didn't want, 'cause that
awesome.
would have been like you asked a great question, then mine's just like there.
Okay. But like, so like we're down there and we have like a lot more space or whatever. And then like my friends will be like, but who comes down there to visit you? Like they don't think like the location's ideal. So like then they want to live more like in the Lower East Side or in the East Village, but then they feel like they're sacrificing like space for a better area, or like they have a
kinda
walk up and
ridiculous.
I have an elevator and a front desk. It's like, do you think like there's neighborhoods like you have to make
So
sacrifices?
you're moving to New York City for the first time. Everyone wants to be on the West Side. Everyone wants to be in West Village, but it's not like everyone's running there because they're like, I just got the sickest space for the best deal. It's like you're living in a golden shoebox. I can walk outside and say I'm in the West Village. If you want to be realistic and you actually care about the space you're getting, people migrate to East Village. That's a great, starter spot. Even like Midtown East, Kips Bay, Murray Hill, Gramercy, if they have some good deals. But when it comes down to it, it's like people like you have to be realistic. You're going to be sacrificing something, especially if you don't have knowledge on kind of everything that's going on in the city and the market. So it comes down to what's more important to you. Is it the location or is it the space you're getting?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. And like, why we can also describe why it's more inexpensive to be like in a Murray Hill or a Kips Bay versus a Fide Eye in like a West Village. Basically, it all is dependent on inventory. If you think about it, when you look outside, you see high rises everywhere. All those high rises basically could hold up to 300 to 500 units in them. So, and also there's 20 of them all within this vicinity. So they're all fighting within each other, but also the building's almost fighting within itself to get obviously as many people in here as possible. So their prices are always going to be lower because they're fighting within themselves. Same thing with Murray Hill, same thing with Kips Bay. That's why prices there will always be less. It doesn't mean the neighborhood is bad at all. And I have to say, like, when I first moved to the city, all I wanted was West Village. I was like, this is where I'm living.
Yeah.
I'm cool.
I'll give you that.
Like,
I'll give
this
you
is
that.
what I'm doing. Like, I'll be completely honest. And then the more I paid each month, the more I realized that I had to deal with a super tiny space, little friends here and there, just to be on Bleecker Street, to like walk outside and to go to stores that I couldn't afford, and restaurants I would go to 2 out of 7 days of a week, maybe. I just realized it's just not worth it anymore. So then I actually did the opposite, and I moved up to like Kips Bay, Murray Hill. And then
Ray lives.
That's where my
yeah,
is,
and honestly, like, it's central. Like, I have great things to say about every single neighborhood. And also something that people need to remember about New York City is it's literally
So close.
14 square miles.
Yes.
From the top to the bottom. So like, if people are saying, oh, they're not going to Fi-Di to like
Visit you? Don't
like,
fucking
they're
visit
just-
me then.
like,
Who gives a
get
shit?
off the couch.
It's a
You
quick
get off the
It's almost like
couch.
golf simulator then.
It's
Get
2
on this, and also
miles
every
wide.
subway stop is
15
right there. So it's
minutes.
actually the most convenient place in the city, actually.
Like
Like,
by the water.
Yeah.
It's like
100.
people like it's such a like what is it?
I call it like a secret
Overlooked.
haven. Yeah, it's
It
like our little
really
haven,
is.
Yeah.
especially like with Seaport and
Yeah, I love
everything.
Seaport.
Like,
1000%.
and also no like offense to influence or anything, but like people like to fantasize and like, you know, over dream about
Yeah.
neighborhoods and stuff, and like they're
Yeah.
just not showing the inside of their apartment when
No.
they're saying that they live in the West Village.
It's
and
ridiculous.
like, or the East Village even, honestly, if you're like in by NoHo, like that area too. So like, there's good deals everywhere, there's bad deals everywhere. And like, the reason why those places again are less expensive is because of the inventory. And like in the West Village, if you walk around, it's all low rises. There's like 20 units in a building.
Yeah, there's like,
Yeah.
I never even saw one West Village apartment available
Because
for
they're
our
just
whole
very
thing.
rare. And most
Yeah.
people also stay in their units. Like
Yeah.
for, you know, like they don't want to
isn't
move
it that
each and
point?
every year.
Is it? So that's another question I have, because like we're coming up on our recital of our lease. I'm like, sorry, this is like personal therapy.
Oh, no. Okay,
like,
I'm
actually,
writing
you
it
need
for
to-
you. Let's
like,
hurry here.
Is it more expensive to move versus not move,
Yes.
like staying?
And I guess as agents, we should be like, move every single month and like use, but no, like we're a straight up duo right here. I personally say stay in a lease for at least 2 years, because if obviously you're paying, say, just numbers, $4,000 your first year, your second year you're getting renewed like at least 5%. So I can't do math on top of my head, but like 4,500 say is like your next month, and then you're at 47 or something. Like your apartment, you know, is worth 4, and now you're paying 47. So that's where it gets like it's time to go. But like a year out, like you don't need to move every single year unless you're genuinely unhappy.
Yeah.
But yeah.
1000%. Moving is such an insane cost in New York City. Like
Not even
first
the
month
movers,
rent.
just the movers in
Yeah,
general.
you
Yeah,
have
the
to
movers.
do your
Also,
security
I'm
deposit,
lazy.
everything.
Use roadway.
And it
Go
just like
for it.
it takes a lot out of you to be able to pick up and move. Like, and you always end up moving in the worst seasons where you're like dripping sweat, and especially for walk-ups, you're like hauling all these stairs.
No.
Like, absolutely not. Like,
Not if
I
you
would
use
actually
roadway.
rather just
Well,
stay.
that's what sold me like on this apartment too, even because this is obviously we flexed this, but like I was like, for longevity purposes, I could see myself taking this wall down and like having a
Yep.
beautiful 1 bedroom and just like
I see it.
You can
see
look
it in
at
the
rentals
future.
as an investment, but I always say like, and I think you'll probably ask this too, but like the 5-year mark of renting is when you should think about buying. Like I'm hitting that like 5-year, and me and my fiance were just talking about like
Yeah,
what.
congrats.
And what's that? Wait, first of all, yeah, so excited.
Thanks, Jared.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Oh, cheers to that.
Cheers.
Cheers for the mug.
Thanks,
Jared.
Wait, that is so. I didn't even sip.
Thanks, Jared.
All right, everybody. Big news. There's a new membership program just for students.
Just for students.
If you're headed back to campus this fall, Uber One for Students is the best way to save on food and rides. Plus, it comes with a lot of perks you might not know about. Let's get into those.
For example, members get $0 delivery fees, up to 10% off eligible orders, and 6% back in Uber credits on rides. If you're a student, guys, it's just really a
No-brainer.
If I had this in college, I would be eating it up and doing it all the time.
Yeah, because they got special deals too. They got special deals too.
Yep. You can also get free items on eligible orders throughout the week, like a free taco from Taco Bell every Tuesday for Taco Tuesday. That was always our go-to on a Tuesday. A free chicken sandwich from Popeyes every Friday, and more deals for every day of the week from brands you love.
Yep.
Try it out now and get your first 4 weeks free. Become an Uber One for Students member and start saving on Uber and Uber Eats. Eligibility and member terms apply.
Wait, so what's okay? And then you were kind of just getting into it, but where does it come to that turning point?
I think when you just feel like you're really overpaying for your space, like it's you're signing right now for, I guess, like their third year, your second year.
And they
If
keep
if each person like kind of agrees with what they're paying and it's not too much from the past year, then like 100% stay. If you honestly like want to get on a call with us and be like, this is what our budget is, this is what's going on, you know, what should we kind of do? Like once we're kind of sitting there with the numbers, we'll be able to be honest with you and be like, you're really overpaying and there's options in the area that you can get that are nicer and what you were almost originally paying. But it really, again, depends on like the time of year, depends on how much inventory is out there. Like there's just a lot
And what do you predict for the market like in this upcoming?
That is such a loaded question. That is so tough.
Okay, and this next year. So say like
I could say a little bit more so, to be honest with you. I know more about the sales market for the future than I do about the rental market. But what I would say about the rental market is we can't like look out and like see in the crystal ball like what is going to happen. But this is going to take a while for managements, for listing agents, for buildings to understand what this new Fair Act like cost has done to them, because basically they have to give up a month of rent or whatever they agreed upon with whoever they were hiring to list it, to pay them now, because they didn't necessarily have to pay them before. So that's a chunk of money. So that's why prices are up like to an extreme, because they're trying to figure out the cost. So I foresee it continuing this way for a little longer. I don't think a rent freeze is going to occur. So if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong.
Is that a rumor? A rent freeze?
That's supposedly what one of the new mayors is saying they want
because of the Fair Act.
No, I just think in general, because price of living is so high in the city. But
So like he would just freeze everyone's rent where it is?
I don't, to be honest,
like
or
you
like
fix
maybe
You can't raise it anymore.
It's like
I don't
fixed
even
rent
know,
when
but
they
it's
do
almost
that.
saying like rent stabilization, but like they can't
Yeah.
do that in general for the
That'd be-
economy. And I don't really know so much. So I'm like over speaking on something that I'm not 100%
These are just your
educated on.
alleged theories.
My alleged theory is that at least for the next year, until like at least June, I think honestly like 2027, that's when we'll start to see like the difference in the market, because this new law is just a lot of change happening internally, and a lot of people are trying to figure out like what to do, how to price, how to market, all these things.
So it's just like everyone's going through everything.
And the sales market is flipping amazing.
Oh, really?
Right now. The buyers are just getting sick deals.
Like, I know Ray and I were talking about like buying, like I have a dream of like buying an investment property and like having an Airbnb, or like what's the benefit? Because my parents are always like, if you get a New York City apartment, like that's the best deal you could ever get, because you could always sell it out. I always hit my funny bone.
Sorry.
Like, what's your take on like investment property, or like putting your money in a house?
Yeah, this is like my new bread and butter. So can attest.
Perfect.
Heck yeah.
Can attest to this. Buying in New York City, especially in a down market, is the best thing you could do. We've seen time and time again that New York City appreciates and that they're resilient through COVID, when no one thought anyone was coming back.
Yeah.
To
Through tragedies.
years ago, everything. So New York is resilient. We know the market will always pick back up again. Right now, we're going into a down market because of just everything kind of going on internally in New York, and a little bit of the economy as a whole. Again, it depends, like, and I'm not a mortgage lender, so I can't give like tips on like how you're going to purchase it. But basically, like, if you can get a personal loan, you're all cash, or you have a good mortgage going on, you can get a really, really great property anywhere in the city and really negotiate from that asking price number to something that's realistic to the seller and to you. Because everyone that's really selling right now wants to sell.
Yeah, they like want to get rid of it.
Yeah, like a lot of people aren't just like testing the market to see. Like they want to sell their apartments, or they're not using it. And also COVID like kind of opened up that bubble of like,
Yeah,
you're not here anymore. Like I want to get out. Like I
Yeah.
want to buy a place in Palm Beach and not be near here or wherever the heck, you know?
Totally. And then that would ultimately sell for more, and then you would just make
Yeah, like what I would say is also you don't even to sell it. Say you're renting here, but you buy somewhere and it's say a studio even. You see what the rental market is. If your monthlies are like 2,000, if you have a really nice studio, but say like half of this apartment even in this area, you could rent it for 4,000. Like
be-
literally,
like
and someone,
literally a golden
and literally
shoebox.
someone will take it. Like
Yeah.
because we've seen the rental market pick up and the sales
Yeah,
market
and
drop.
people
so.
are desperate.
So then if I were to rent out,
That's
yeah,
interesting.
you could rent because Ray has a
Because but the thing sometimes with the buildings, like my building is very
Oh, because yours is a co-op. We talked about that.
yes, they don't like to see people renting their spaces. You're
It depends
supposed
on
to
the
be
house rules and stuff. I
Yeah.
just rented, like I literally just closed like a rental in a co-op, and we can only rent out for a year.
Okay.
But his monthlies are 3,200, and we just rented it out for 85.
Yeah.
So for a year,
That's
he's getting
crazy.
nuts.
Yeah, see,
Like,
we
it's
yeah,
insane.
It's a nice
we
little
own.
side hustle.
So would you
Literally.
because she owns it.
We own it.
Yeah.
So like we
We should
could
chat after
if, yeah, I
this.
know.
Hey,
So,
right.
we could if
You-
we really wanted to.
Definitely, and like especially when the season gets high, I feel like in the
Yeah.
interns are moving in. Wait, so then would Ray technically become like the landlord?
In a sense, but also like what I always say is like my fiance used to be in property management, so that's why I also with rentals have like a little bit of like an inside scoop because I know
Yeah.
exactly what they're thinking and what their pricing is, their marketing is,
Yeah.
all those things. And he used to work for Greystar, which is like a huge, property
Sick.
management
You have the
company.
inside
So I had like the inside
perspective.
perspective for
Fiance.
so many years, and I know how to be a landlord. So like I always say, if you're a landlord, if you're in like a co-op that has like an elevator, all those things,
Yeah.
you have like a super manager to actually
Yes.
take care of your tenants. If it's something like paying, you basically collect the check. If it's something major and they reach out to you about it, you kind of see what the damage is, what I need to do. It's very situational.
Ray's
And you can
eyes
always
are like
call us.
So like the
Widening
thing,
and widening.
the thing is that when we bought it, there's a lot of ins and outs that were done, and it's not a normal price that we pay a month. Like it's like I don't know how to explain it,
Yeah, well,
you can also
we'll talk
explain-
about it.
Yeah.
chat off cam.
but I could get quadruple of what we pay.
That's incredible.
If you
Yeah.
literally
Yeah.
showed me the
Do it.
listing, I probably could tell you what you could sell it
Well,
at.
think
what
about
you
it.
rent
You
it
could-
at.
Merry
You'll be like,
Christmas,
you
Ray.
could save. You could rent that out, save all that money, like Venmo. I don't
No,
even know
yeah.
how it would work.
Yeah.
And then like move into the city. Venmo.
Wait, yeah, you
Ace.
can literally use that for your rent money if you wanted to live somewhere else.
Yeah.
By the way, a lot of people do that. Like I know like 3 people who their parents own apartments.
Yeah.
They don't want to live like say on the Upper West Side. So they've rented that out. They use that money to pay for the
That's so
rental that they
smart.
live in.
Yeah, that's
basically.
so
smart.
smart.
And they just tell their parents like, we'll
like
handle it.
basically
We'll get
free.
this in.
It's
like girl
Yeah.
math. Girl math.
It's literally
It's
girl
quite
math.
literally free.
Yeah, no.
Genius.
Yeah, my
We're
mom might
very
not
girl
wanna do
math
that
in
either.
Yeah,
here.
it's
Yeah.
literally.
I don't know. She's probably not going to want to do that.
We'll convince her.
We'll picture.
Yeah.
We'll picture.
You have the
When
freight
she
train.
sees the dollar signs, then
The
she'll
freight
be
train.
like,
You got the
worry.
freight
Just
train.
eat
and
it.
then direct deposit. You're like,
Yeah.
sick.
yeah.
I have another question too. Like I know on Street Easy, that's like the infamous thing that everyone looks at for apartments on. It's like mixed use, co-op, apartment. And like this is probably a stupid question, but what's the difference between a co-op? Like, because I know Ashton Earl moved into a co-op building and had to get like,
Classic Ashton.
well, like, so did the building have to like
She didn't use
approve
us.
her? Yeah, didn't use you guys. Like, how does that work? You have to be approved.
You have to go through a lot of what is it, ropes and jumps or what
Loops and downs.
loops? Yes,
It's basically like when you're buying in a co-op, you're buying shares of a building. So it's like which is why your situation's a little bit
My
more
parents
like
live in a co-op.
intricate than a condo
Yeah.
because when you're in a condo, you're essentially purchasing the apartment and then your monthlies. So like when you're in a co-op, you have one set of monthlies and it's called your maintenance. That's inclusive of your taxes and what to pay for the building.
Got it.
When you're in a condo, you're paying for your taxes and your common charges. So like the staff in the building, if you have amenities in the building, whatever, it's 2 different payments. So condos are a little bit more chill when it comes to renting, all this stuff. You still
Yeah.
kind of have to do an intensive application.
But wouldn't
it's,
you say that condos are much easier to get into versus co-ops?
it's just a faster
Co-ops are very hard, yeah.
it's just a faster process a little bit. And it's also just not as intensive because it's like co-ops are very like family. Like they like,
Yeah,
yes.
It's very
they wanna know who's
exclusive.
my
Yeah,
neighbor
they look
or
not
very
are friendly with
exclusive.
Oh,
And
and
it's
I
like,
love that for you. Maybe we should put a rent
I
in
know.
there.
They're very nosy.
Yeah.
You're like,
We had my parents moved into co-op but out on Long Island, and like I had to get interviewed for it.
exactly.
And, like,
So
my
you have an
brother-
interview
yeah.
process that you have to do, and they can deny you for literally any reason.
Yeah, there's so many laws
literally
about
asking
just
what, like,
so
my party
many denied
lifestyle
for
is.
Yeah.
anything. It makes no sense.
Yeah, I
It's it's the biggest oxymoron I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
But
Oxymoron.
look at my vocab today. You have
It's popping off. She read the dictionary before this.
yeah. Literally also like,
Yeah.
talk about knowledge, hasn't settled on one thing.
Yeah, no.
Literally knows exactly
Ripping
what
it.
she's talking about.
Yeah.
So
Wait.
where do you guys live in the city now?
I live in East Village. I've been there for about like 2.5 years. I live in a rent stabilized unit. I struck gold. So I'm kind of just like staying put, and it does the job for me. I have a washer and dryer and unit.
Oh.
I'm in a very
Wow.
good location where I got Target, Trader Joe's, Whole Foods right there. So I'm like, it's perfect for me. And I do so much work in even just East Village by itself that it makes the most
Perfect.
sense
Yeah.
for me.
Where would you move if you were to move?
Oh, if money did not matter,
What's your what's
I
the
would be in
ideal-
Tribeca, babe.
Oh, really?
I would be in
What?
Tribeca in a heartbeat.
What like okay?
I know
we have
someone
to
in
say the
Tribeca.
streets. Yeah, well that's where I live. It's literally the best. It's so crazy how you can walk literally through. It's like Little Italy, Chinatown, Tribeca, and then like slow living, and then Friday. Like it's just crazy how it all changes. So what about you? You're in the Upper East Side.
I'm on the Upper East Side. I'm like
You love it?
engaged now and old. But
Married with
it's
kids.
actually
Bye.
very, very young up there. It's really changed a lot, and so much
Yeah.
is moving up there. Sadly, people are saying it's the new West Village, which we don't want. For
Really?
me.
Yeah, a lot of
Oh,
a
God,
lot
you're
of my
gonna get
friends
a
who
New
just
York
moved
Times
in,
article.
moved into the Upper East Side
Yeah.
too, and like
I
a lot
love
of bars
it.
too, like Cafe Mod and like Jack Daw, like they just put
Yep.
one up there too.
all these
Yes.
places
Wild
with
at
Emmett's
Jack
on
Daw
Grove,
on the Upper
yes.
East Side.
Moving
Yeah.
up there,
Or I think it was a
everything's
Cafe
moving.
Mod they put up, and maybe Jack Daw will move up
I like
soon. I
Upper
don't know.
East Side.
Yeah.
Is it cheaper than living in the
So-
downtown?
When I moved there last year, so me and my boyfriend at the time were living in Flatiron. I'll give literally streets and numbers right now to put in perspective. We lived on 26th and 6th, and we were paying $5,200 for a 615 square foot one bedroom.
Wow.
With
That makes
like
me sick.
with no washer and dryer. We had amazing amenities in our building, but we had really nothing. It was basically a room.
And you
Like,
can't
it-
be sitting for that if you're
like
you know the business. You're like
well, it's so funny. I always say I am my own worst client. So when we decided to move in with each other, like very like whoop, like I was like, I don't really want to pay for a studio, and I know you're gonna be with me every single night. You're moving. I basically told him you're moving in with me, and there's no like, or you're not staying over.
Pack your
ever.
bags, babe.
So I basically was like, you're moving in. So then we got to look at one beds, and we honestly were paying a ridiculous amount of money to be in a very central, great location. I really loved the location of it, but I'm looking around. I'm like, why am I paying $5,200 a month? Split, obviously, but $5,200 a month for basically a shoebox to just be walking distance from the West Village if I want to be,
Yeah.
and like a block from Madison Square Park that I'm never going to use.
Yeah.
Like it just made no sense. So then when we got a renewal and it was $5,700 to stay.
Great, we're leaving.
We're like, we're out of here. He actually wanted to stay. He was like, I don't really feel like moving. And I'm like, no,
You're
we're
like, well, I'm
moving.
breaking
I
up
was
with
like,
you.
no, we're moving.
don't have a
So then
choice.
I actually, this is also, I'll give a good hack. So we looked everywhere downtown because I wasn't ready to move uptown yet. And we really couldn't find anything. Again, like in that $5,500 budget, or if it was like a condo or a co-op, it was like a little bit less, but with all the fees, it basically added up to be more than 55. So then we re-signed our lease, and then I decided we're gonna change our timeline. And he's like, you're nuts. And I'm like, no, I'm gonna get us out of our lease. We're gonna keep looking in the fall, and then we're gonna find an apartment then. So then I was like, let's change up location because we realized.
and is that like a hack that
Is it hard to
that's
get out
like-
of your lease?
Yeah,
you
or like
should
has
really use an agent if you're thinking about that,
Yeah.
because it's a lot of contracts. It's potentially
can
paying a
lose
little,
them.
like we had to basically pay for 2 months of rent and then move. It was an arm and a leg, end your liver, and
He's like,
it
"Great."
was a lot of freaking money to do it. But now we're in October, we're in a much better timeline and everything. And when we get renewed in fall pricing. So our rent went up like not even $150. So yeah.
So right now, if someone wanted to move in this city, like their timeline, they're crafting it. Like the market's not doing the best right now? Would you suggest that they try and hurry in now during the fall market or wait till winter market?
My favorite time, and Lexi probably agrees with me on this, is the best time to move is literally Halloween to right before Christmas.
Really?
That's so
It's
makes
it's
sense.
random. You wouldn't think
that's
about
so
it. That's
random.
why.
That's
yeah,
so
because also
random.
it's the holidays. No one wants to
It's
Thanksgiving
the holidays.
break.
No one wants to
hump
move.
some
Yeah.
furniture.
And it's the end of the year, end of the quarter. So every rental building wants to hit their quota
Yeah.
for the end of the year and see how much they could sell out.
Well, my
And you-
boyfriend assumed that he's moving on October 1st, actually. And it's like literally waited till this way that the summer was like peak, peak, peak. And then it's October and it's like right down right away.
Yeah.
So he's so excited about
Okay,
that.
and then
Sorry, I'm like trying.
We're just
I don't-
catching up.
Yeah, I don't need. I'm like, oh, he's moving.
No, like, it's good, by the way. Sorry, I'm not even like
Sorry.
No, you're good. What were you going to say?
I was just gonna say, so obviously it's like an overwhelming process, like moving into the city emotionally, financially, physically even. So like if you had to give like a little starter pack for moving into the city.
I would say we are the starter pack.
Yes.
Hey.
So like if people could just come to you and you just,
I
just do it all.
Yeah,
Like,
we literally just do it
everything.
all, and we take and like
yeah.
there's like I said in the beginning, we're a friend, we're a therapist, we're a realtor. Like we know everything that you would never know and never even think about, and we know the ins and outs. We know the background knowledge on these buildings and who to maybe stray away from and places that you maybe
That have mites.
think that look really nice, but then you move
Isn't a
in and
starter
you're
pack,
like
objects.
Yeah, the
that-
starter-
like
it's
you know, like the
us.
backpacks.
It's
Oh,
we're
that's
the
what I mean.
objects.
Or, but yeah,
One
physical,
Amanda,
yeah.
one Lexi.
yeah,
no,
literally that's it.
Okay.
We are the starter pack.
Okay, that's what I thought, but I was like, I'm a little confused. To
If someone, and no offense, but if someone didn't want to use a broker,
what would
you
be a
suggest?
starter pack?
Yeah.
Do
easy?
well, do your research
Yeah.
and like be able to actually look into these buildings. Like you'll see things online. Okay, now look into it and see, who is the management, who is the landlord, who owns the building, what is like the rental history looked like in the past.
It's tough though
Do
because
see
you
a
can't rely
trend?
on the reviews because
No,
more
I
people
know.
write bad reviews than good reviews for anything
But
in
it's
life.
even
so
like looking at like rental history. Like have people stayed a while, or do you see people are moving out every single year?
Yeah.
Stella Blue Coffee is coffee with a purpose. Our motto is we brew to rescue because every purchase helps homeless pets find their forever homes. Over the last 3 years, Stella Blue Coffee has helped raise over $200,000.
Holy smokes.
Holy smokes is
200,000,
right.
baby.
To our animal shelter network, all thanks to so many people switching to Stella Blue. And here's the thing, it's not just about the mission. The coffee itself is seriously good.
We both can attest to that. We love Stella
Totally.
Blue every
Every day,
morning.
had it today.
Yep.
Stella Blue Coffee's delicious roasts are available in cold brew, K-cups, ground, and whole bean formats to seamlessly fit into your morning coffee routine. Our fall flavors are back.
So hyped. These fall flavors.
Seriously.
Give these with a little umph.
A little butter cookie.
Butter cookie.
What do we got?
Apple crumb
cake.
Guys, like, come on.
Maple pumpkin pie. That'll get me going.
I think she's butter cookie. I'm apple crumb cake, and you're maple pumpkin pie.
I can totally agree with
Oh,
that.
hell yeah.
So,
Sweet as hell, yeah.
go to StellaBlueCoffee.com and use promo code capital SLOT for 20% off orders of $25 or more. Grab some Stella Blue, taste the difference, and what?
Make a difference.
What do you think about the TikToks that are like, this 2-bedroom in the East Village for $1,500 a month, and it's like the
I have a
nicest
personal
thing
story.
ever.
I was
what-
personally victim
Yeah,
of
what
that.
is that?
Is that
Every
a
account.
scam? Like, are they just scammers?
Yes, absolutely.
I literally was
She
personally
literally
victimized
has-
by like 14
Let's hear
different
it, Amanda.
accounts. So last summer, I had a sick like townhouse rental listing on the Upper West Side. It was for literally $4,500. I don't know why we even priced it at that. Oh well, we ended up getting it up like a lot, but we were listed at $4,500. Whatever. We take a lot of videos of apartments and then do voiceovers over it, and then like we do like captions on top of it. And I don't know how these accounts did this, but I actually posted a TikTok about it, and I was like, watch out for these accounts. And I got like literally hundreds of thousands of views.
The accounts took the video.
The accounts took the video, changed the price and all the information from the caption, like of what was on the screen. It was crazy.
Oh my God.
To make it say like half the amount of rent. So it was like $2,200. And then saying like dogs and cats are allowed, which just wasn't. And then they usually those accounts don't have photos of themselves.
It's like of like a New York City skyline.
why are they doing that?
And I had to put in like reports because I was getting like messages from people that like I was false marketing like my own listing, and I'm like, what are you talking about? That rented like 4 months ago. Like the people already lived there. Like, I'm like,
So what I think,
I had to do like this whole report. It was insane.
what I've seen from those, it's like people are like, oh, DM me,
The bios, do the bios.
just click my bio and you can submit an app, and it's like
With
a
their social
$20 to
security
$40,
number.
you know,
With their social
application.
security number.
They're just racking in all these small
don't
fees
use
just
TikTok.
for you to end up
and then
being
there's
like,
some-
that's not real.
there's some big
Don't
ones,
pay
though.
someone before you see
Never
it.
pay up front.
No.
Never pay anything or anyone up front.
Unless you're using a broker, they're taking a video of an apartment for you, and then you're seeing it kind of sight unseen, and then we're sending you all the info on it. And then if you're in that position where you can't see the apartment first, that's the only time you should ever do an unsight seen situation.
Yeah.
But also these scammers do the links. You put your social security, and they also charge you to go see the apartment. And they sometimes ask
saw
for, like,
that.
like one girl was like, "Hi, I was scammed like close to like $7,000 to like see," and like on your
hell
listing, can I
no.
please have
You
my
should
money?
never pay to go see an apartment.
Never
Never
ever.
no.
And like I've seen
No.
people trying to make like businesses where like they go see apartments for you and you pay them a fee to go see it, but like, and I'm like, wait, but they're not doing anything else for you in that
Like,
situation. So you
we're
might as well
2025.
hire someone that actually is going to
Let's
help you
not
the whole way through.
Fall for this, people.
how do you-
in the world of AI?
$7,000.
Oh, AI on
How does
Street
that even
Easy is a
happen?
big one.
Okay, so is AI
Big boy.
affecting the real estate market?
It's weirdly making it a little bit better for us. Really? Well, my take is like for these like rentals and you used to have to like, because we obviously see the inside of it. Like when I have to pay for virtual staging, it's an arm and a leg. When I send it to like ChatGPT or AI or whatever, and I'm like, hey, like, can you like virtually stage like the inside of this apartment? for
That
me?
being
It's
said,
great, but
you do see a lot of catfishes. You're like,
Yeah.
oh my God, there's a
I was like,
king
we don't
size bed
catfish
with
it,
all of
but,
this
like,
extra stuff. And then you
totally.
walk in, you're like, where the fuck?
There's
what was
no
I
living
looking
room.
at?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So virtual stage is just like a little.
well, a lot
a
of
hit or miss.
Like for example, a lot of like not units in this building, but a lot of walk-ups. If it's like a room like this and there's a window, sometimes they'll like brighten it out so it's like you see the sky and you're fully
it's-
just facing an
Yes.
alley. Like there's nothing there.
That's the worst when they have a window
nothing
and
there.
it's just a brick
Or the
wall.
pictures
Yeah.
where it
It's
looks- or the
literally
pictures where it
covered
looks
up.
curved. The curved is a big one.
Yeah.
And it like is trying to show you that like you have a big living room, but like you really it's connected to the kitchen like this and the living room ends here. And like that's
Yeah, nah.
then that's the bedroom right there, or that's the alcove. So like, and again, we've also been to a lot of these buildings. We like see this all the time where we look online and then we go view it. So we know that it's like a catfish or not usually before.
I feel like a lot of the videos I see too on like one of my friends was looking and I was helping looking at videos and they're all like in 0.5.
Yeah.
And like then you can't tell like how big any of the places are because they're all like have you noticed that happening at all?
I've mixed because I honestly take everything in 0.5, but I don't see it as like it doesn't justify the room. It like actually shows you more. And then if there's something that's like detailed, like say it's a bedroom, I'll do like I think we've sent you videos and we do like both.
Yeah.
But 0.5 is so much better because like you actually like if it's in just one, you just see the
capture
closet
everything, yeah.
walking in and like
Yeah.
then you don't see anything else. I don't think it really shape shifts as much as like you think. At least like
Yeah.
that's my personal.
I was just curious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that is so true. There are so many scammers and so many things on Street Easy where I'm like, this just isn't true. Like, you just can't fall for that sort of thing.
I'm a gullible.
Wait, so we have this game. I kind of want to play it. And it's like Tinder for, how would you describe it, Dev? Like matchmaking?
I'm obsessed.
Okay, like, oh, is it on the back of this?
Apartment matchmaker.
Apartment matchmaker. So we're going to give you like, I guess like someone who's open to random roommates and then like where you would say they could live. They're really broad. However, like the first one. Okay.
Okay,
We
let's
give you
try.
examples of different struggles people have while finding apartments. You tell us what apartment you set them up with. Someone who's in credit card debt.
They're just not getting approved, and I don't know what to
They're
say.
gonna need a third party guarantor.
Oh,
No, they
really?
might not even. I don't know. It depends, like how bad the debt really is. But
Yeah.
like these, like landlords actually look at all of these docs, and if you don't qualify,
you'll be a
like
squatter.
they don't care if you overbidded like thousands of dollars. Like they're not letting you in because they need to make sure you're actually maintaining that.
But like even like your credit check is so important. I had this like a month ago. I had someone, they bring in a couple million a year, but they had bad credit, so the building denied them.
Oh,
Whoa.
And, like, they could have literally paid for the entire
Millionaire
apartment.
squatter.
That person could live with me until it goes up. And
Do you guys watch the Summer I Turned Pretty?
millionaire.
what?
Did you watch the Summer? You see, Jeremiah has horrible credit score because he spent all
Yeah.
the money and
He
didn't get
sucks.
to pay off that credit card.
Wait, what's a squatter?
What?
You don't know what a
You don't know
squatter
what a
is?
squatter is, Maddie?
Describe.
I will show you. I will be your squatter.
Someone who just like stayed in like
Doesn't-
Someone who just lives in your
like
house.
Jeremiah was also squatting at fucking.
Oh, we're dropping
No,
names.
but like a real.
that's
it's crazy.
Summer
I know a squatter.
Yeah,
Classic
like
Jeremiah.
just doesn't pay rent and like sits on the couch all day.
Well, it could also
Well,
be
just
like
doesn't pay
they literally just don't pay rent and
Yeah.
they stay there because it also like your leases like protect your like the tenant so much, not the landlord as much as people are like, oh, like that's why we always double check your leases to make sure it actually is
Isn't it like
standard
a
to what
law?
it's supposed to be. But someone could easily stay. Well, actually, I don't want to say that, but
But like
It's like a law though. You can't kick somebody out.
yeah.
So,
so
and
they,
they,
like,
and they
they
know
literally
that
just like I'm not paying.
they take
F it.
advantage of that
No way.
because they know that they can't. That's why it's very
I'm
important
like,
to
I
know.
got a new idea for this month. No,
Yeah.
I'm just-
I thought that a squatter
Wasn't there
too
once where
was.
there was like someone in a closet at a showing that you
What?
No, but I actually get scared
Oh, I heard- or
sometimes.
I heard of
when
that from,
I'm
like,
like
another
checking
agent.
out places that are a little bit like on the lower side. Maybe they're in a walk up. Maybe in a little bit of a
Yeah,
sketchy
they judge
area.
where I used to live.
I'm by myself, opening
you're
these
8'4"?
doors, praying there's not someone in there to come jump out at me. Like I get actually scared
I think
sometimes.
I think it was from you, and it was like a story of like I thought a squatter was in there. but it
completely
wasn't.
did.
Well, did you see that apartment with Sydney? And you, what was that weird thing that happened?
Oh my God. So we checked out this apartment and we were leaving. There was a girl, she was like, we're like, did you just check out the apartment? And we're like, yeah, like it's right upstairs. She was like, don't do it. And we're like, what are you talking about? She's like, there was someone that died in the apartment next door to me for 3 months and no one
God.
found the body.
That's literally
Like,
yeah.
I beg
By
your
the way,
finest
touring
pardon?
an apartment for where like for me.
Cool off
I'm like,
that.
Sorry, okay.
I'm like,
guess
so
what?
this is a really great
I'm
option.
running
for you,
away from
Maddie.
that block. I'm running away
Yeah.
from that block.
So you didn't go in.
No.
Oh, okay.
Wait, give us another one. I'm excited. but
sorry.
Hopefully they have better credit.
A recent college grad who doesn't want roommates.
Who doesn't want roommates?
So like maybe 50, 60K salary income, you know.
And they
fresh
want
off
to
the
be in New
bat.
York City.
They want to be in New York
well,
City.
wait, hold on.
Let's
I took
be
a note on this 'cause
realistic.
50, like if they don't have guarantors, here's the thing: the city has become unaffordable. So if you're making 50 to 60, I have to find my
Maybe
email.
let's give him 60.
Yeah,
We'll
but
be
even-
generous. You're at 60 now.
Yeah, wait, hold on. But even 60. So
Into
let's
the
see what their
calculator.
budget is. Let's see what their budget is because we'll be able to find. So 60 divided by 40
made sure
if
to
they
say
don't
better.
have a guarantor.
Well,
Their budget's 1,500, so they're gonna have to find a roommate.
Okay, yeah.
Potentially.
So impossible.
Again, not impossible, but
You're not going to be in a neighborhood that you like. You're probably
You're-
going to
yeah.
be like
There's
yeah.
Harlem,
sadly
the
it's
Bronx.
the saddest thing.
Hunts Point.
Hunts Point.
There's
From the back ropes.
It's really
On point.
really sad to say this, but like we're just gonna be honest. Like the prices in New York City for rent are unaffordable. A studio now, the average price not a studio. An average price for a 1-bedroom in New York City right now is $5,000.
Oh my God.
That's like not normal.
Sell
not
that
okay.
shit out.
It's disgusting.
Like I help people, and so does Lexi in that $2,000 budget. It is tough. There is no inventory.
Well, that's what we were looking for originally, and then I
It's
was just
really,
like,
really
up it,
not
up it.
insane. So
Yeah.
if they have a guarantor and they could pay $1,500, but then maybe their parents, guarantor, someone is helping out with like at least to get them to like I would say let's just say $2,500. I would say definitely a walk up, but I would say Upper East Side, Upper West Side, Midtown East, because again, it's like a bigger neighborhood, so there's a little bit more that you can find there.
Inventory.
There's a little bit more inventory.
We're learning here.
And also FiDi has really great options in that area too.
I love me
and,
some FiDi.
And East Village and Lower East Side. I would say all those neighborhoods would
East.
work. Ding ding.
Wait,
ding.
how'd you just come up with that?
So
1,500.
So I went on my
Her trusty
calculator,
calculator.
and I did 60,000 divided by 40 because that's how much you have to show.
And you have to show
got
you know
you.
what
Rent
Yeah,
price
yeah.
Wait, you have to show what?
40 what?
40 times the rent.
You have to show that you're
And
able
so
to pay
If
it.
you're 60,000, you need to be able to show 40 times that to get an apartment.
Without
you'd
a
have to
guarantor.
show, yeah, so you'd have to show 60K to be accepted for an apartment. So their monthly
So what you would
budget to show that
qualify
would be
for
1,500.
would be a 1,500.
Interesting. Okay.
Like if you didn't have a guarantor being like your parent or someone, you'd have to show that you can pay 40 times more.
Or you
than-
could do third party, but a lot of these places that are like, I guess you could say on the lower end of pricing, don't really allow for third parties because again,
third
like
party?
that's like basically using a guarantor to help you with
But
your
it's like a
process.
service,
Yeah,
and you
it's a
pay them
service
a
that you pay them.
bond.
Yeah, and they are like your backup, so the building knows like you're financially
You can
stable.
pay to have a guarantor.
Yeah,
Yes.
you don't necessarily need to have a personal, but a lot
more
of buildings,
money.
But
a
it's-
lot of buildings get a little bit like,
they might not pay.
yeah.
Like sus.
But
Yeah,
like,
it's
who
a
let
little
these
sus.
buildings have these egos? Huh?
Okay, give us like a good one. Give us
Okay,
like
what
one
do
in
you-
like a average. Like let's play a little
an
bit.
influencer.
I want to play.
do that one.
An influencer who wants to use their apartment as a backdrop for content.
Wait. All right. I didn't know that.
What's
Maybe
up?
just an influencer who has a really high budget, or do you want to do a couple in their mid-20s looking to move in together? There you go.
Hi, Jared.
Hi, nice to meet you.
I would definitely say now. Actually, if it was, I would say like 2 years ago, I would say like Flatiron right off the bat, like Nomad, that location. It also depends where you're working, to be completely honest.
Yes.
But now I'm really saying like Upper East Side, not just because I live there, but like it is just so great. The restaurants are good. Everything around you is kind of affordable. And like I really feel like a lot of people in my building are in like a similar spot to me. And it feels like nice. And also it's very dog friendly. And I wanted to get a dog.
I need
and
that.
The park's right there, things like that.
Puppy party.
I know.
And so I would say Upper East Side. And then I also, I guess, would say like Chelsea's a cool neighborhood too.
Chelsea.
for
I would
couples 'cause of the
definitely say
restaurants.
Chelsea. Yeah, I think that's a solid, point in between downtown and starting to shift, a little bit more uptown. And it's like you get pretty solid space for the price. Especially for being considered downtown.
All right, DraftKings Casino has your playbook for gaming action all season long. Play thousands of popular slots. Oh, slots! It's almost like they knew we were reading this.
That's what I'm talking
For a
about.
shot at jackpots. Over 400 million has already been awarded. New players get 500 spins on Huff and More Puff over 10 days. I know I'm going to spin. I know I've been on DraftKings a lot this football season, dabbling in more and more things.
It's just the beginning. We're just getting into it. And DraftKings makes it so easy. Like, I don't feel dumb when I'm
And you don't even need to really know about the players. You can say, well, I like his jersey. I'm betting on him.
That's right.
So download the app, use code INTHESLOT, INTHESLOT, and claim your spins after your first $5 wager. Get in the game with DraftKings Casino, home of the largest jackpot win in online casino history. Don't you want to be a part of that?
Yeah, I do. I really do. And honestly, when I use DraftKings, I'm into the games more. I'm into the ambience, the camaraderie. It just makes the whole Sunday, Thursday, or Monday better.
And what does that also make your crown? It makes the crown yours. Okay, so let's say one of ours is like a billionaire and he has no budget, or what? Maybe it's a
Where is
couple
he?
with a kid. Where is he? I live near this really expensive building, and I
So
always look
this is
up.
my address.
Yeah.
But like when the lights are on in the penthouse, I'm like, that is like so nice.
I definitely would say Tribeca. I honestly would say anywhere in the city. Genuinely, if money like just isn't
Doesn't
even
matter.
an object, because like just shoot for the sickest apartment out there, because so many buildings, apartments have so like yesterday's apartment that we
was
went to.
nuts. We were literally talking about it when I came in. I was like, did you see there was a trampoline room? What?
Oh yeah,
I will show you a video.
We went to
Yeah.
the building in
Price
Side
range.
Eye
So
yesterday.
I would say Tribeca and Hudson Square. I think Hudson Square
Hudson
is
Square,
like
yeah.
it's small, it's overlooked, but they have such beautiful buildings. It's smaller inventory, being that it's a smaller neighborhood. But I think that is such a stellar option.
building- Billionaires
Right
Row,
on West Side
too.
Highway, they're like building this
Yes.
crazy thing that I looked up yesterday.
Oh yeah, 80 Clarkson.
Yeah,
yeah, it's
it looks
sick.
so cool.
Yeah,
But it looks
That's for-
unfinished. It's
sick condo building. They're building like right. It's gonna be
I
like
love when they play with the architecture.
yeah, it's gorgeous.
Love that.
But also, if he's a billionaire, Billionaires Row, you're also right next to Central Park. Like
Yep.
that's where it's
Yeah.
at. Best shops, everything. Bergdorf's right there. Like put him there.
Yeah.
Put him there. Get him there. Really, anywhere that's just like a sick apartment. I wouldn't even look at the location at that point, because you probably have a helicopter to take you from Friday to the Upper East
Not
Side.
the helicopter.
The blade coming in.
Not the blade. Did you take a blade?
Yeah, I took a blade.
How was that?
It was really
I'm like
cool.
interviewing you
No,
now.
it's totally fine.
How was your
But
blade experience?
It was literally
What the hell
sick.
is a blade?
It's like a helicopter plane company that takes you from like here to JFK in like 15 minutes, or like I flew from here to Montauk and it was like 45 minutes.
Oh, right.
Like our boarding passes. Remember those bands that like snap onto your wrist?
I loved those.
That was our boarding pass. And then
Tell
we got
me you
on
still
there.
have it.
It was like wakey on the thing.
does.
Yeah, I pinned it up. I'm like, "Meh." But like the takeoff, we were like, okay, there's the bridge. Better pull up. So, like, come on. And like right before you get to the like air where it's like buoyant or whatever. Like I guess that's with a
Buoyant?
boat.
Okay.
Buoyant. But like
Buoyant
in
in
the
the air.
middle when you're by the buildings and like you know when it drops a little bit, I was definitely like scared. I was like, we can go
Oh,
roller
that's
coaster.
my worst nightmare.
And
But I
helicopters
also
freak
have never
me
been
out
invited.
too. I would just like not really do that.
Yeah.
Some of these are just like
Wait, I have what about Brooklyn? Like, what's up with Brooklyn? Like, do you guys ever?
Yeah,
like
you
we're
about
not-
Brooklyn.
Yeah, we're not indifferent about Brooklyn
Yeah, like,
or
what's the
any other
thoughts of
boroughs.
it
I
there?
love a story or two. Like I can talk about other.
I
Yeah.
love the story.
Brooklyn has gotten so popular,
Yes.
but the thing is like people are shifting to Brooklyn because they're like, I can get some great affordable prices. Now they're starting to match Manhattan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like kind of, it's not as it used to be, but Brooklyn's incredible. You get the beautiful skyline of Manhattan.
The restaurants are insane.
Yeah.
So good.
I love
Like,
walking over there. And
I mean, I was seeing
dinner there.
like really nice apartments for
They
like
probably were very in though. Like if you're close to a train, it's fine. But Brooklyn, the issue is
think it was
Brooklyn's
Bushwick.
yes, it's bigger than you think.
It's really, really big. So when you're deep, you're deep, and it definitely you feel the difference
distance.
and the distance of being from like being in the city.
Yeah.
So if you're, in my opinion, and people could have 20 other opinions, if you're like moving into Brooklyn studio by yourself, but everyone's in Manhattan, you're gonna feel that.
yeah.
As if you're almost like in, to be honest with you, like Long Island, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's just like, it really does, like you do feel a distance. And I've had like friends that lived over there that said the same thing. And the prices of the areas that are more like inward, like Greenpoint, Williamsburg, they're definitely more expensive now because they've become more popular.
I feel like it's like when you get older and like want to maybe have like more space, but also it's getting more expensive.
Yeah, I mean,
then
I feel like
it's
people
tough.
I could care less about
Also,
being
like
close
there's
to people.
apartments in every neighborhood.
Right, it's
that
like
are
Sweet
less-
Put me away.
There's also
Somewhere
apartments
far.
in every neighborhood, like even in Tribeca, that they're less expensive than what the average is. It's every neighborhood. It's really about like, again, like using someone that's gonna just look everywhere for you. We just obviously kind of want to shoot our shot at the best one. That's what I always say. So obviously if it's Tribeca and your budget is much lower, then maybe if you wanted to be on the Upper East Side, there's just more options up there. But like same with Williamsburg, you can find your apartment anywhere.
Yeah.
You might have to take away some things for yourself based on the location.
Someone whose priority is safety. I guess where would you put
Doorman.
them?
Get a
just
doorman,
doorman.
and you're gonna end up in one of like those locations that are Murray Hill, Fide, where it's like more bang for your buck, but it like truly is worth it if you want to be. I mean, Fide, it's like I bet you can attest to this. It's such a work hub. After 5 p.m., it gets real quiet,
so quiet. There's
and it's safe.
I feel like I'm like running through the streets, like almost as if I'm like in my
Like,
own
is anyone
snow.
here?
I also live on
I'm like, is
Broad
this a
Street, like,
simulation?
do the same thing, and they don't have cars that run through, so I would like dance in the middle of the street. And be like, what am
I have a couple drinks too, and I'm like, ooh.
It's so
Stone
I
Street?
get lost down there. I literally get lost down there.
Okay, I have another one. This one's specific.
Ooh.
Two 25-year-old guys. They've been saving
Wait,
up.
two 25-year-olds.
Two 25-year-olds.
She was pulling out an address.
And,
Yeah,
and they're boys. They're boys.
She's like 225 East West.
They
What?
have been saving for since college. So, like 2 years of like their salaries saved
This
up.
sounds really
whatever.
personal. Do you know these people?
I was just about to say.
It's like it's off of people
Asking
wanting to
for a
send them-
friend.
to send their number.
Yeah.
It's a combo. It's a combo.
She's like middle
So-
name Jared and Beckham.
I'm like, one's a ginger. No, just kidding. Okay, so then they, one of them works from home like a lot, so like it doesn't really matter about commuting, but one cares a little bit more commuting. I don't know exactly where to, but probably needs like a 2, 3, or 4, 5, some kind of common thing. And they're like, don't like to spend money to be stupid, if you know what I mean. Like they're like their heads on the money,
Don't
but they're
move
also
here.
like
True.
but they're also not like frugal, you know what I mean? Like they just like don't want to waste money, and they like the social scene, but it's not like their entire lives, and they don't really necessarily need a doorman or anything like that, but like they don't want to get like robbed or scammed and end up in some studio
Midtown
that's
East
5,000
is calling their name.
Midtown East.
Okay.
Midtown East.
I would
it's
say so, too.
Yeah, it's affordable. They'll get space. They'll have separation between the two of them because like Jared used to live in a 3-bedroom with 2 other guys, and they need their separation, and there needs to be at least 2 bathrooms in there if any girl is staying over. Let me say that. So from personal experience, so they need space. They want something where they're probably again not going to spend an arm and a leg, but they also want to be near the scene, and the trains are all right there, and it's also very central in the city. And now that Uptown is really getting popular again, you kind of want to be more in the middle.
Especially if
so you can get to
Midtown right there.
Yeah, and a lot of people work around there.
What neighborhoods are in Midtown?
It's considered Sutton Place, Turtle Bay,
Murray Hill, Kips Bay.
and I guess you could say bordering Lenox Hill.
What about like Stuytown?
Oh, that's
Stuytown. That's a lore in its own.
Yeah,
it's like its own like entire neighborhood. It's like I don't even like.
I've been there like 4 times.
Stuytown's
Yeah, I really
like
don't
a
go there
maze.
often.
Yeah.
I feel like I would get lost.
I thought it was
living
fake.
there.
No, it's actually a maze. I would completely never make it back home.
I would just
I don't
That'd
even know
be
what
it
that
for
is.
me.
It's like an old military
Did that
housing
answer
that
the
they
question?
made.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Okay.
No, definitely.
Yeah. Okay, guys, what about Hoboken? Sorry.
I was gonna say New Jersey.
We sadly can't press on any of that because we are both not licensed in New Jersey.
I didn't even realize.
So you know nothing out over
But
there.
then you just like
I'm
I've
from
heard
Jersey, so I know like a little bit, and like
I hear stories of like my friends moved to Hoboken, like wish them the best, never saw them again. You know, that sort of
Yeah.
thing. Like even though it's across the
like a
pond, like
vortex.
it's might as well be across the fucking country.
honestly though, it's affordable. The buildings are great over there. I have a few friends that moved over there. I visited them. Did it take like over an hour to get there? And was I really like pissed when I got
if you
there?
don't want to take the path.
You're like, why am I here?
But the path is also like going
Yeah.
through like construction right now. So
Oh, the path was like out of commission for a while,
yeah,
and
I
like
think
everyone
it
had to
might
take
be
the
back
ferry.
when I was going.
I
It was
also-
like a
Like
bus,
I feel like
a ferry.
Hoboken too. Like if you're a Jersey girl and you want your car, or like you can drive around, then it's like you can drive home and do this.
It's nice there, and like I have friends that moved there, and it's definitely more affordable. But also, you're in New Jersey, and like
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be like Ted from How I Met Your Mother, but like just
I think you kind of need a crew.
And you get the skyline of Manhattan. Like, it's
Yeah.
not too
Oh my God,
shabby.
no,
Not too
two of my
shabby.
friends just moved in. They're like, we were comparing like our deck. We have like a little deck or porch or whatever, and like
have to
their
tell me where you
porch
live after
has
this.
their porch has like ours sees an alleyway, and their porch sees the entire New York City skyline. They have like a little barbecue out there, and
it's
some,
so cute. They really did a great job, like bringing it up. Like it's
Yeah.
not up and coming. I think it's like it's come.
Yeah,
like,
it's come, it's
yeah,
here.
it's here. We just don't work over there, so we don't know the ins and outs of the pricing or anything. And
Amanda, simmer down.
did I drink? I didn't drink all that.
Yes, you did.
Oh, those are. Sorry, I'm like with
funny.
it, but not.
You guys are literally amazing and so fun. We've been talking for so long.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And this is so much fun. I think so informational for so many people listening. If you guys are also listening, you can find them where if you want to shout your @s on Instagram and
Yeah.
like the
My personal is Amanda C. Baum. My TikTok, I think, is Amanda Baum _ like New York City real estate.
perf.
And then Amanda Baum team on TikTok, and then listings by Lexi.
Listings by Lexi on TikTok, and Lexi Freeman, 2 N's in the Freeman, on Instagram.
And these girls get it done.
Yep.
I can tell you from personal experience, I really did. From someone who will pay money for like sanity and not going insane, they did everything and we're always there. And I talk to
And
them
also,
every
let
day.
me just tell you, I felt very safe in this environment talking to you guys. And I feel like that's what you need
We're
when you're
not
going
grimy,
in.
I know.
That's what
Everyone
you need. Like
thinks
you need to
broke
trust. I feel very
They
trusting.
know their shit.
Yeah.
I literally never said once and was like, yeah, this is this. And let me calculate real quick. And we're like, holy
See
shit.
some facts. What they sell: 150, over 150 in 1 year, over 250 in 2 years.
You guys want
stat
how
over
many?
detail.
You guys have what's the award that you got the best New
We
York?
every single month
Every
we're
month,
the top rental
yeah.
agents at Corcoran, which is like over 2,000 person
Whoa.
company.
That's
So we
nuts.
are good. And text us.
Yeah.
Text, DM, email.
We hope that was informative and like girl gab for you guys to listen to. We love you. Like, subscribe. We'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Thank you so much for
Yes.
having us.